Have you ever wondered what the world's most dangerous jobs are? It's a question that might leave you pondering, especially when you consider the myriad factors that contribute to a job's danger level. Imagine for a moment the vast array of occupations out there, each with its own unique set of challenges and risks. Some jobs expose workers to physical risks, like heavy machinery or hazardous substances. Other jobs place workers in extreme environmental conditions where the weather is harsh and unforgiving or the terrain is treacherous and unpredictable. Then, there are those jobs that carry a high likelihood of fatal accidents. These are the occupations where a simple mistake, a moment's distraction, or an unforeseen incident could result in severe injury or even loss of life. So, what jobs come to mind? Are you picturing a high-rise window cleaner or perhaps a bomb disposal expert? Keep those thoughts on hold as we dive into the most dangerous jobs in the world. Starting our countdown at number 5, we have deep-sea fishermen. Immersed in the vastness of the ocean, deep-sea fishermen face a job fraught with peril at every turn. These brave souls grapple with a unique set of dangers that make their profession one of the riskiest in the world. Picture this: the ocean's unpredictable nature. One moment the sea is calm and serene, the next it morphs into a violent beast, unleashing monstrous waves and deadly whirlpools. Fishermen must navigate these treacherous waters, often in the dead of night and under the most adverse weather conditions. They battle fierce winds, torrential rain, and bone-chilling cold, all while trying to haul in their catch. Then there's the heavy machinery. Imagine maneuvering colossal nets, massive winches, and bulky cranes on a slippery deck, swaying with the rhythm of the sea. These machines, while essential for the job, pose a significant risk. A moment's distraction or a minor mistake can lead to serious injury or even a man-overboard situation. And let's not forget the isolation. Deep-sea fishing often involves weeks, sometimes months, away from civilization. Fishermen are cut off from the world, with no immediate access to medical aid should an emergency arise. This isolation, coupled with the physical exhaustion and mental stress of the job, can take a heavy toll on their well-being. In addition, the nature of the job requires them to work irregular hours, often stretching their bodies and minds to the limit. The combination of fatigue, harsh weather, and heavy machinery can create a lethal cocktail of hazards. Yet, despite these daunting challenges, deep-sea fishermen continue to venture into the ocean's abyss. They brave the tempestuous seas, the bone-numbing cold, and the crushing loneliness, all for the love of their craft. They understand the risks. They know that each trip could be their last. But they also know that there's a certain allure, a certain beauty in wresting a living from the sea's depths. Despite the risks, many brave the seas, knowing each trip could be their last. Coming in at number 4 on our list, we find loggers. In the vast wilderness where the echo of chainsaws and the thud of falling trees is a constant soundtrack, you'll find loggers, a group of individuals whose job is as old as civilization itself. They work tirelessly, braving the elements to provide us the raw materials that keep our lives running smoothly. But this profession is not without its perils. Imagine standing in a dense, seemingly endless forest. Overhead, towering trees sway ominously, their immense trunks and branches heavy with the potential for disaster. One of the most significant risks loggers face is the danger of falling trees. Despite their strength and skill, even the most experienced logger cannot predict with absolute certainty how a tree will fall. An unexpected shift in the wind, or an unseen rot in the tree's core, can send tons of timber crashing down in an unintended direction, often with deadly consequences. Adding to the hazards are the powerful machines that loggers must operate. Chainsaws, skidders, and feller bunchers are just some of the heavy-duty equipment that can cause serious injuries. Missteps, mechanical failures, or a moment's lapse in attention can lead to devastating accidents. Then there's the isolation. Many logging sites are nestled deep within forests, far from the nearest town or city. This remoteness can delay emergency services, turning even minor injuries into potentially life-threatening situations. A sprained ankle or a deep cut can quickly escalate when help is hours away. Loggers also face the threat of adverse weather conditions. Torrential rain can turn the ground into a treacherous, slippery mess, while freezing temperatures can numb fingers and slow reactions. Despite these challenges, loggers show an incredible resilience and dedication to their craft. They understand the risks, but also the importance of their work. The timber they harvest builds our homes, fuels our industries, and literally shapes our world. Indeed, Every tree felled carries a whisper of danger for these hardy souls. Soaring into the third spot on our list, we have aircraft pilots and flight engineers. Not for the faint-hearted, this job requires nerves of steel, a sharp mind, and an unwavering commitment to safety. Aircraft pilots and flight engineers hold the lives of hundreds of passengers in their hands each time they take to the skies. This immense responsibility carries with it an equally immense risk. Despite the advancement of technology and safety measures, the potential for fatal crashes, though statistically low, still exists. An error in judgment, a mechanical failure, or an unexpected weather condition can lead to catastrophic results. Beyond the inherent dangers of flight, there's the stress that comes with the job. Pilots and flight engineers must make split-second decisions, often under extreme pressure. They must maintain their composure in crisis situations, communicate effectively with air traffic control and their crew, and ensure the safety of all on board. Then there's the issue of irregular sleep patterns and fatigue. The nature of the job often involves long hours, night shifts, and crossing multiple time zones, all of which can disrupt the body's natural sleep cycle. Chronic fatigue not only affects the health and well-being of pilots and flight engineers, but it can also impair their cognitive functions, slowing reaction times and impairing decision-making abilities. In essence, the job of an aircraft pilot or flight engineer is a balancing act. On one hand, they must manage the technical aspects of operating an aircraft, and on the other, they must tackle the physiological and psychological challenges that come with the territory. Despite the risks and challenges, many pilots and flight engineers speak of the thrill of flight, the beauty of the skies, and the satisfaction of safely transporting passengers to their destinations. The job may be high risk, but the rewards, for many, are equally high. A job high in the sky, but also high in danger. Nailing the second spot on our list, we have roofers. Now, when you look at a beautifully constructed roof, you might not immediately think of danger. But the risks involved in this profession are both very real and very high. First and foremost is the peril of working at height. Working on a roof, often several stories high, means roofers are constantly exposed to the risk of falling. A single misstep, a moment of lost concentration, and the consequences can be fatal. As they say, it's not the fall that gets you, it's the sudden stop at the end. Then there's the heat. Imagine working in full sun, on a black roof, in the middle of summer. Temperatures can easily rise above 100 degrees Fahrenheit, putting roofers at risk of heat stroke. And that's not just uncomfortable, it's potentially deadly. But that's not all. Roofing is a physically demanding job. It involves heavy lifting, bending, and kneeling for extended periods. It's a job that takes a toll on the body over time, increasing the risk of long-term injuries. And let's not forget about the inherent danger of the tools of the trade. Nail guns, power saws, hot tar, all these can lead to serious injuries if not handled with care. So, next time you see a roofer at work, remember the risks they're taking to keep our homes safe and dry. A job that's always a slip away from disaster. And the title of the most dangerous job goes to commercial divers. Imagine, if you will, a world where your office is under hundreds of feet of water, where the pressure is over a dozen times what we experience at sea level, and where one mistake could be your last. Welcome to the life of a commercial diver. In this extreme underwater environment, commercial divers face a myriad of dangers. The most notable is decompression sickness, also known as the bends. This occurs when a diver ascends too quickly, causing nitrogen bubbles to form in their bloodstream. The results can be debilitating and, in severe cases, fatal. But the hazards don't end there. There's also the constant risk of equipment failure. Picture this. You're deep beneath the surface, relying entirely on your gear to provide oxygen and protect you from the crushing pressure. Imagine the terror if your equipment were to fail, leaving you stranded in the cold, dark depths. And let's not forget about the myriad other threats that lurk beneath the waves. From dangerous marine life to unpredictable currents and low visibility, every dive is a dance with danger. So, hats off to the brave souls who take on this perilous profession. They delve into the depths, facing risks most of us can't even fathom, all in the name of their work. A job where every dive could be your last, truly deserving of our #1 spot.